Hello and welcome to the review of the Tenda Wireless N300 network card or wireless adapter. Now what you see here is the utility screen for it, and as you can see that's the rate at which it's actually picking up everything. That's channel, that's of course the IP that I'm connected to. So if we go to site survey, this will show you all the ones that it can connect to. And as you can see right now, it's only getting about a 42% signal strength from my actual router, which is downstairs. Not getting that powerful a connection, which isn't very good. So as you can see here, status is connected, extra info, tell me about the link up. The authentication, so in other words, the actual security encryption and everything to it. Now let's go to the signal strength here, and as you can see, this is a 2-link antenna. The link quality isn't very strong and signal strength is pretty weak, and sometimes, as you can see just then, it drops completely. Not giving me a very strong signal at all. Because I mean, just down here, as you can see with my wireless connection here, it's not very strong. In fact, if anything, it's very, very weak, which is kind of bad. The card itself is quite good if you're closer to the connection, maybe 10-15 feet from the connection, it's going to work fine. Anywhere further, you start losing connection like crazy, and it's not good. So we'll go over to the rest of it. Also, of course, you have your profile setups. You can save and export profiles, which I never need to do. Then you have your settings for wireless mode. It only does 2.4 GHz, and this is your country region. If you're in the UK, you'd want to select channel 13. So CH1 13. If you're anywhere else, look online to see which one is your best wireless setup. So if I go to here, this is the version utility, which is of course 4.0, the driver. Everything is updated, fine and dandy. The only problem is just that it's just not that strong for me. I needed it much stronger because the wireless connection just wasn't doing what I needed it to. So what I'm going to do is next is now showing you utility and the link strength and everything. This is, as I say, upstairs. It's probably about 40-50 feet away from the actual connection, so the signal strength isn't very good, as you've seen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with my new card, and I shall quickly show you what the Tenda Wireless N300 card looks like, and I shall carry on the review from there. So yeah, let's carry on this review in a second. Okay then, this is the carry-on review of the Tenda Wireless N300 wireless card. As you can see, this is all it is. So if I get a close-up there, and that right there, so as you can see there, 300 megabyte per second wireless PCI adapter from Tenda Wireless. As I say, this one is okay. So I'll bring in the antennas here. The antenna, not the world's strongest antennas, to be perfectly honest with you. If anything, it's pretty weak a card in a sense. You do need to be a lot closer to your wireless adapter than what I am. And I am actually ages away from my one for this whole thing to actually pick up properly. So what we're going to have to do is, I'm going to move that here so we don't get that red blinking light. Yeah, what needs to happen is this needs to be near, pretty close to the wireless source, probably about, as I say, 10-15 feet tops. You don't get a very strong wireless signal. I mean, closer to it, you do get a much stronger wireless signal. Don't get me wrong, it is a nice card. It is quite cheap, about £10. So yeah, I would recommend it if you're closer to your wireless signal, but if you're not that close to a wireless signal, you're not really going to get the best out of this card, and it isn't worth it. You do need to upgrade to something a lot more powerful, and something that's going to be a bit more expensive for you. May sound like a bit of, oh, I don't know then, if I need to upgrade, I'll upgrade. Don't splash out if you don't need to. As I say, if you're close to your wireless, this is going to work fine, and it's powerful as anything for you. Really nice little card. If, however you like me, upstairs, far away, lots of things blocking the signal, it is going to start slowly whacking down the signal, something chronic to almost a crawl on connection. But yeah, naturally, it isn't a good card. It's a PCI plug-in, so as I say, PCI X16, also no everyday PCI slot. That's all you're going to need to plug this in. Rather cheap, relatively easy to find still. It's still supported by the manufacturers. The drivers haven't been updated in a while, but as I say, it's still supported and it's still sold, so yeah, you can pick these up for about a tenner or so. Nice little card. If you're in the market for a cheap card, that's going to be right near your router. Otherwise, if you're going for something like an upstairs one, I would recommend a more powerful one. But yeah, otherwise, a pretty decent one that's lasted me about a year or so, done well, so yeah. It still works fine and dandy, it's just going to be a spares and repairs one really, so yeah. if ever needing a replacement for 5 minutes, I've got today's sport. Naturally though, long distances, more expensive, short distances, this one all the way. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and of course as always more videos coming soon.